evaluations for a dismast. Okay, so we've got tubes that we simulate maybe a spinnaker pole or a boom. We're going to try to erect on the boom so that you can get some kind of sail area to get some weight on it. And I've handed out a special knot diagram there called the icicle knot. There's a list of the general jury rig items to have on board the boat for other things. And you're going to learn that knot today, hopefully. And maybe another, each got a neat kind of a tensiony pitch bowling kind of a knot.
Well, there's a variety of purchase hitches that are available. You know, some are really simple that are easy to understand, but sometimes those more simple knots will jam. They'll get, because we're going to be putting a lot of tension on the rig, and from loading the sails, those knots are going to get real tight, where they're going to be very difficult to untie. And so there's other knots that are a little more challenging to tie, possibly, that when you're done and trying to unrig everything, plus as a knot to use for other things as well, it's easier to untie. You know, and, we call it the Cajun come along here at the Naval Academy, but it's just a fancy trucker's hitch if you wanted to know an application for it. So we'll be going through those knots.
See there on the jury rig list, down at the bottom, miscellaneous shackles. There's actually the second from the bottom, 6 large stainless shackles or galvanized that will fit your chain plates. That's kind of a key thing to have on board. They're good for all kinds of things, but they're going to be kind of big, so stainless ones are going to be kind of expensive, and if they're just going to sit around for years and hopefully never be used, you can get galvanized ones, which are cheap. But the situation is most boats have flat bar chain plates with a hole in it. Your rig's gone over the side, you're going to knock out the pins, get the rigging up and away, get the old rig off, maybe you can keep a stump if you have enough people on board. More than likely you're going to jettison the full tube and rigging and keep a spinnaker pole or a boom. But you've got a machine hole through a piece of flat bar. It's not really conducive to running line through and wrapping and tensioning. So if you have some D-shackles, you just go around the boat wherever you're going to attach your stage, your temporary stage, out of rope. Just shackle on these bow shackles, which have a big loop, which give you a lot of room to take your lashings or your tension. So that's why it's on there. And they go protect those.
Also, the shackle that he describes is typical that what you'd have for your anchoring system, a big bow shackle. Right. So, you know, go and look at the pins on your standing rig and chain plates, measure those pins and get the bow shackle to fit that. You'll probably find that you'll be using that in your anchoring processes as well.
Types of cordage.